Oh, it's been said a bard's life can often be a hard life, or hill and dale to rove and always move from town to town. And some folk have inquired if ever we grow tired of ranging all around the world and never settling down.
But one should be a little wary of remaining stationary, 'cause comfortable is lovely, but it's not the way we grow. When life starts to unravel, pick up your pack and travel. You'll find a strange serenity in places you don't know. Wriggle-dee-dum-dee-doo-da-terry-o-dee. There's so much to see beyond the open door. It's outward bound we go. Who knows what we'll find that we've never found before. Adventures waiting further down the road. It's waiting for you further down the road. You've got no map for showing which direction you are going.
But why start on a journey if you know where it will end?
And once you recognize,
to anticipate surprise, you'll relish every twist and turn that lies around the bend. Wriggle-dee-dum-dee-doo-da-terry-o-dee-da-dee-da-dee. There's so much to see beyond the open door. It's outward bound we go. Who knows what we'll find that we've never found before. Adventures waiting further down the road. It's waiting for you further down the road. Lie-da-lie-da-lie-da-lie-da-lie. Lie-da-lie-da-lie-da-lie. Lie-da-da-lie-da-lie-da-lie-da-lie. La-da-da-lie-da-lie-da-lie. La-da-da-lie-da-lie-da-lie. The world has got its demons. There are many reasons why you'd find it harder to be brave than be afraid. But every life could use some danger. Every friend was once a stranger. Ships are safe in harbor, but that's not why ships are made.
Wriggle-dee-dum-dee-doo-da-terry-o-dee. Dee-dee, a fwit-dee-dee-dee-dee. There's so much to see beyond the open door. It's outward bound we go. Who knows what we'll find that we've never found before. Adventures waiting further down the road. It's waiting for you further down the road. Lie-da-lie-da-lie-da-lie-da-lie. Lie-da-lie-da-lie-da-lie. Lie-da-da-lie-da-lie-da-lie. Ya-da-da-da-da-lie-da-lie. Adventures waiting further down the road. Let's go! Lie-da-lie-da-lie-da-lie-da-lie. Lie-da-lie-da-lie-da-lie. Lie-da-lie-da-lie-da-lie-da-lie. La-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. La-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da.
And greetings, my friends. It's just that easy. Hello. I'm so glad to have you with me. I've missed you just so dearly. I'm exhausted. It's been quite a week, but I'm so glad that you're here. Thank you for joining me. Hello, Johnny O. I always love seeing your name come up. Hello, my dragonfly friend and fantasy palette. Oh, Amy G is here. Evening, everyone. Moobot has reported that Zalani with the 29th resub, and we've even got a visit from Princess right down here. This is the best little puppy in the world, Princess. Yes, look at that tail. Look at that tail. Oh, my friends, it's just been a whole thing. I've been working all week. Hello, Psycho Sako. I don't know if I've seen your name before, but I'm so happy that you're here. Hello, hello. Hi, Quad Kevin. And Johnny wanted to know if there's a surprise. Why, I suppose the surprise is that there wasn't a surprise today. William says you're on your phone trying to get the Airbnb Wi-Fi working. Good luck with that. Hopefully my Wi-Fi is going all right. Yay, everybody's so happy. I'm happy. Oh, so yes, hello friends. It is I, Lady Prudence, your beautiful and friendly court composer. Oh, as always, let me know how the audio is going. I forgot I put the microphone over there while I was doing stuff. So let me know how it sounds. Let me know how it looks. I know that we're really low key today, y'all. Just super low key. Sorry if you can hear all the crackling. I'm setting the phone on a beanbag chair. Oh, but Quad Kevin says it looks and sounds great. Well, you look and sound great every time I've seen you. So, all right, y'all. I've got a mug of tea. So who wants me to spill the tea? What do you want to know? And so I kind of suggested on the Discord chat that, I don't think I'm up for much singing today, although really the trick is keeping me from singing even when I shouldn't. But what I'd really love is to know what's on your mind, and if you have any questions for me and this silly and crazy lifestyle that I'm leading, and what I've been up to or what I'm going to be up to, what's planned, and so I've got my cup of tea here. The first time I ever went to Ireland in 2019, I discovered Lion's brand tea. And it was in such a pretty green box that I picked it up, and I've been drinking it ever since. It makes me exceptionally happy. And so you can ask me anything. You can ask me why I'm wearing Christmas clothes. You can ask me why I'm drinking out of a gnome. You can ask me about this strange device that goes on top of my gnome, I suppose. You can ask me about Princess the dog. You can ask me why I tend to favor such wild hair colors. I guess my hair looks really dark right now to you, but I promise you it's a rainbow. I should work on, I promise in the future I'll have better lighting and more stagecraft. And just as a teaser, I've put up my tropical ocean and tree backdrop that I received for Christmas, just to remind you that I haven't forgotten about you, that that the next time that I sing to you, it's going to be songs about beach songs. So here's a drink to your health. All right. So we've got, so first question is Johnny O. Twitch says, how is work going? And what's this I hear about drama? So for the last few years, I've been working at as a temp receptionist at a showroom, a Christmas themed showroom in, let's see, how many details should I withhold? In a large city. If you know, you know. So it's a Christmas themed showroom, and I really love it there. And I really love my bosses who I work for. They are magnificent and lovely and generous and gracious and creative and every good thing. So I love the people I work for. And I love my equals who I work with. There's a whole pool of temps who comes in to help run the showroom. So the drama occurs with the folks who don't and who I neither work for nor with. And sometimes it seems that I work against them. I'm searching for the proper preposition. I work between them, I suppose. I work through them, and in spite of them sometimes. So here's another drink to your health. So it's just funny. My whole job as the receptionist in this showroom during and the event that I work during is a trade show. So that means that it is essentially a convention for corporate buyers to come and choose their product for the upcoming year. And like I said, mine is a Christmas showroom, and a lot of people come and do their buying in the January show right after Christmas has wrapped, because everything's fresh in their mind about what sold well, what the trends seem to be leading towards, etc. So we're all Christmas, and so we've been dressing in different themes, my fellow receptionists and I. And so today I decided to go for Ugly Sweater Day, and I wore a fabulous purple like elf hat. It was delightful. I got lots of comments, and that's delightful. So, oh, Johnny O, supply to preposition. Are you amongst them? Not exactly. I sit behind a desk, so. But everything about my job is meant to help the representatives of our brand connect with the clients who come in from their regions. So, and I'm really, really good at it because I'm so charming and an excellent communicator. And I am very well organized, at least in matters pertaining to other people's businesses. My own business, I'm just sort of making this up as I go. But when I work for other people, it goes very well. Here's a drink to your health. So, but all of the representatives, or at least a good number, an unsettling number of the representatives of the brand that I work for, well, they've all been doing this a really long time. I don't think a new representative has entered the pool in the last 20 years. Like, all of the representatives that work for them have been working for 20, 30, 40 years. And it's an 80-year-old company. So some of them have held on for quite some time. So they're all just very peculiar about the way that they look out for each other or fail to do so. And tensions get really high. It's a long week. Like I said, we do an entire week starting on a Tuesday, last Tuesday, ending on today, which is the Monday. And so everyone's exhausted by the end, and everyone's been trying their best to put on a good game face, except that, they're all just very afraid of each other stealing each other's accounts. And it's kind of sad, actually. But from my perspective, it's kind of funny. So, and fortunately, as far as I can tell, the client experience is not damaged by all of the infighting, but my goodness, the drama is real. So that's, but it's no fault of mine. I'm doing an excellent job. So all I can do is just sit back and watch them all try to claw each other's eyeballs out. That's super exciting. And that was the tea about that. All right. Let's see. Zalani said tabletop teas. Ooh, is that a brand? Tabletop teas, and are they D&D themed? I'd love to know more, Zalani. And William says lions are known for good tea. And Amy G says, you haven't had that one. You got Bali's tea in Ireland. Ooh. Well, I'm Bewley's tea. Bewley's tea. You got an Irish tea called Bewley's. An Irish. That was the best impromptu Irish accent that I could summon at the moment. And Sally says, welcome to return season. Are you talking about tax returns, or are you talking about returning to the festivals? Because festivals are starting to open again. Let's see, the first weekend of Hogtown just happened. I know that because Barely Balanced posted about it. And I think the Brevard Fair has been going on. And William says, you are a charming communicator. That's what I was going for. And and tabletop is from the Nat 21 family. I should study my brand. I'm so busy. Oh my gosh. Ooh, Johnny O is asking me a lovely question. How are the new wheels going? Y'all, I'm so happy. All right. So here's what's going on. I'm trying to pull this down. Whoops. It's going to break. It's fine. So I am currently broadcasting from my new to me 1999 Winnebago. I found it on Facebook Marketplace, in September, and by October 1st, it was mine. And it's a beautiful rig in excellent condition with it had less than 60,000 miles on it, and it's a diesel pusher, Cummins engine, turbo diesel with an Allison transmission, and I forget what the brand of generator is, an Olin generator. At any rate, but she's in mighty fine condition, and as a diesel with less than 60,000 miles on it, that's nothing. This girl is barely broken in, and she so far I took her to the Carolina Renaissance Festival, and now I've taken her a couple of 100 miles further to an undisclosed location where so for the first time in my life, I've moved into a space without the pressure of having to move everything I own. So it's been odd. I've lived a very odd life. So other than moving into dormitories when I went to college, and I moved into some apartments and things and lived on my own after college, and then when my mother was going through her divorce, I moved back in with her. And when her business was having trouble, I, helped out around the home. But then I went back on the road in 2014, and my mother expressed forcefully that she would like for me to not keep all of my things in her garage anymore. So I pretty much just moved everything I owned into my RV, where it was also tightly packed in, that it just invaded my space, and I didn't really have a place to grow from there. Hello, my name is Prudence, and I'm a hoarder. Let's start with that. I have very good reasons for being a hoarder. I'm wildly off base, but I promise I'm going to bring it back around to the question: how are the new wheels? So I have 3 very good reasons for being a hoarder. My first reason is that I'm poor. So I come from a middle to upper middle class family. I've never had to worry about where my next meal was coming from. So I'm not really that kind of poor, but I am the kind of poor where I can't just get rid of things if there's a chance that I'm going to need them again, because I'm not always, especially with my current income. I don't know if you're aware of this, but working full-time as a Renaissance entertainer is not necessarily the road to the riches that you might think that it is. So I dress like a noblewoman, but I very much am not. It's all a put on. So at any rate, so that's my first reason for being a hoarder, is that, I might need those things. And then I might be sad that I don't have them and have no way of replacing them. So my second reason for being a hoarder is my late stage self-diagnosed ADHD, leading to me having a terrible memory. I've always had a bad memory for recall without something associated with it. So my memories sometimes live inside objects. And so I resist getting rid of objects because they hold memories. All right. So something that has helped me with that a great deal actually has been Facebook, with their memories 1 year ago on this day feature. That has actually given me a lot of reassurance. And I will be very sad if something happens to Facebook and then suddenly I don't have all my pictures anymore, but that's a problem for future Prue. But that's one of the ways that I overcame my fear of losing the memories that I would have if I got rid of the objects that I store them in, was that by taking pictures of the things that I know I don't need that have a nice memory, so that I could post them on Facebook. And then every year on that day, I'll see that photo album and I'll remember, this is why this was meaningful to me. And also be glad that I don't have the thing taking up space anymore or potentially getting broken or whatever. So, and y'all are all keeping up with the I should keep up with the comments better, because Blondie's here like, yep, my name is Bambi, I'm a teacher, and teachers are 8+ hoarders. Yeah, go team. Quad Kevin, also a hoarder, got to start getting around to selling stuff I've been keeping with the intention of selling later. Zilani is a well-organized hoarder. That is a skill all of its own. Oh, yay. Williams got his Wi-Fi up and he's on the PC. And William says, thanks for being open and sharing with us, Prue. You're awesome and we'll never forget you. Oh, that is a balm to my soul. Sally A in the house trying to declutter painfully. Yep. It is quite a process. So the Facebook Memories feature has been very helpful for me in particular, like helping me to remember where I've been, what I've done, who I was with, how it made me feel. Like I've always described myself as being the sort of person who lives very much in the present. So I have difficulty remembering the past and I have difficulty envisioning the future. So, which the signs were there, people. I've been super ADHD my whole entire life, but in case you didn't know, a lot of us who were assigned female at birth, we didn't get diagnosed as having ADHD. We just got diagnosed as either being lazy or defiant or selfish or thoughtless. And so then we all became people pleasers so that we would overcome all of those terrible things and people would like us in spite of our faults. So it's the ADHD though. So that's 2 reasons for being a hoarder. I told you there were 3. So the first reason, I'm poor. The second reason, I have a terrible memory. And the third reason is I'm an artist. So everything is potential art. A couple of years ago, when I was packing up from the Arizona Renaissance Festival, I accidentally swung my outdoor trash can up too hard into the bed of my truck. And I cracked the rear windshield, the rear window of my truck cab. And then during the drive to Texas, it succeeded in shattering and falling out completely. It was pretty epic. And then I saved all of the little pieces that I could save in manila envelopes, because shattered car glass is actually kind of pretty. And I was thinking maybe I'd make a mosaic or something with them. But dear readers, she never did. And I just carted around the broken glass for several years before I forced myself to throw it away. And there are parts of me that are still like, oh no, but I could have made art with it. But I never would have. I've got a lot of actual projects that I actually need and want to do far more than carrying around heavy and potentially sharp glass. So anyway. And I would love to get into mosaics, but that's for another time. So anyway, so that's the 3 reasons I'm a hoarder. Fast forward to the question about my RV. I am after the Carolina Renaissance Festival finished up, I'm going back to the question there. After the Carolina Renaissance Festival, I moved into my new RV, but fortunately, some Renaissance festivals are really cool and will let you park an RV there for the year, because some people will stay for a little while at the campground of a Renaissance festival in an RV that they've left there, and then travel about the country so that it's basically like their home away from home, their personal Airbnb, like what have you. So I was able to store my RV, meaning that it's there and accessible to me a couple of months out of the year, So I kind of took the leap of faith and I moved, things into my working RV, my living RV, that I thought that I would need for the 10 months that I'm going to be away from Carolina. Leaving the rest of the stuff there, knowing that it's not out of my life completely. It's just, waiting so that I can make some mindful choices when I get back. Like, oh, I lived for the year without this, this, and this. Okay, well, I didn't miss these at all, so I'll donate them, or then this is trash and nobody wants it, so I'll throw it away. Or if I get back there and I'll be like, oh, I've missed you. And I left some art in there and I left some, jewelry and some clothes and stuff. So that I can make some mindful choices when I get back to it. So that means that my space is not so totally cluttered with so many things that I can't even enjoy living in it. And it's really been just absolutely lovely having this space and staying in it and feeling like I can spread out and exist in it and enjoy and have friends over and stuff. So Johnny, it's going really well. Thank you for asking. Oh, Sally has said Christmas returns. So, I see. So working retail where people are turning in gifts that they didn't want and stuff they couldn't use. Oh, I see. And so Blondie says that's something I've been talking about with teacher friends. Girls don't really get noticed with ADHD until higher education due to math issues. And it presents differently for everyone. I was always quite good at math. I got a 5 on the AP calculus exam. I was the only one in my class. And Dragonfly wanted to know more about the math thing too. And oh my gosh, TD's Idea Machine says you just got back from a horrible anniversary trip. You hydroplaned and took out the front of the van, busted a radiator, lower front panel gone. That's expensive. Oh no. Oh man, I'm so sorry. And Blondie says math has a lot of steps, and the higher up you get, the more steps are added. Oh, it's harder for ADHD to follow through with all the steps. So girls with ADHD eventually get noticed in the higher math classes as having math issues. Wow. And Zlani is dutifully impressed. You only got a 4. Well, that's nothing to sneeze at either. And that still gets you credits when you go to university. So, hey. All right, y'all, you got any more questions? Because I am tempted to pick up my guitar. I don't have much voice, as you can hear, but I haven't really picked up my guitar, so I'll tune it up while y'all come up with another question. Hello, guitar, my old friend. And Quad Kevin has a question. If I haven't asked already, favorite dinosaur. So I'm a big fan of the Parasaurolophuses. Parasaurolophi? Those are the, so one of the Parasaurolophus family is the Hadrosaur. Okay, I might be getting that backwards. Are they Hadrosaurs and Parasaurolophus is one of them, or are they Parasaurolophuses and Hadrosaur is one of them? Check the comments for the answer. But I love hadrosaurs because they are the singers of the dinosaur world. They have very interesting bone shapes on their skulls that we suspect was so that they could sing to each other from long distances, kind of like dolphins have the echo chamber in their skull and stuff. So yeah, so that's my answer. I also like iguanodons because they look like they're very friendly. And that might be because of that Disney movie that I never saw about the friendly dinosaur. I don't know. And Blondie likes my gnome mug. So I'm working. Well, I just finished a week of work at a Christmas showroom. And before that, I did a month and a half of work at a Christmas village, where one of our most sold items was gnomes. And so there's been some question as to where this gnome trend is going. Are there going to be more gnomes or not so many gnomes in the future? Um, and so then my friend who also worked there with me, we walked into the grocery store, and it was actually New Year's Eve, because we went to the grocery store to get some champagne and strawberries. And we were like, okay, but we need something to drink the champagne out of because we were going to go to stay at a hotel that night. And we didn't want to drink out of like just plain hotel glasses. And the only cups that we found in the whole place were these Valentine gnome mugs. And look, he's got like a little kiss on the side of his nose, his gnome nose. So yeah, we got ourselves these gnome mugs. And we were having dinner with our bosses that night, so we showed them the gnome mugs. And we were like, yeah, we think gnomes are pretty strong still. Just saying. So also one of our coworkers is really sick of gnomes because we had quite a lot of them in the store. And we were like joking, like we're going to see gnomes everywhere. And so when we saw him the next day, we were drinking coffee out of our gnome mugs, and we were like, yeah, we were looking for new cups, and all we could find were these plain white ones. Just these plain white mugs. Whatever. What are you going to do? So that we could trick him into thinking he was seeing gnomes everywhere. It was a good time. Okay. So Johnny O has asked, what advice do you give to friends that might help you? And I think I need you to clarify, like, what advice do I give to friends that might help me? You mean if I need help, what do my friends need to know if they want to help me? Or like, give me some clarification. And Serena didn't even make it past high school algebra. You had to repeat it in college, but you love geometry. And different maths speak to different people. Like some make more sense than others. I actually in high school, the only C's that I ever got in high school were in trigonometry. and that was in my junior year. And then senior year, like I said, I got a 5 on the calculus, AP calculus exam, which is the best you can get. So, yeah. Oh, Blondie. I love a brontosaurus. Me too. Those long necks, man. They're awesome. Actually, I should show you my other, I have I broke a lot of mugs, during my last drive with this house because I went over some really heinous potholes. So I broke a lot of my crockery, sad face, but the brontosaurus mug survived. So I should get that out and show it to you. And then Zolani is like, join the Legion of Gnome. Yeah. And so it's really interesting. When I first started playing with Mab for the Nat 21 Adventures All Bard campaign, the Norks of Grok. Good times. And she was the gnome Kazoo, and I was the gnome Kalekia Lakmaraki Delondal Purdue Galangalong, Prue for short. And like we were both super different types of gnomes because like my gnome characterization was based on like the gnomes in the D&D player's handbook. Like the art for, I think it was the 3.5 art that I based like my sort of internal self-image of what the gnomes look like. They're like, they're like halflings, but like a little thicker, a little like, wirier with like bigger heads and longer noses and like not so dainty a feature, but like still, still basically halflings. but slightly different. And whereas she was playing a gnome that was more like out of like David the gnome, with like long pointy hats and like rosy cheeks and stuff. So that was kind of interesting. Yeah, and Volandi's been seeing gnomes everywhere, and William says we'll give you some of our Ren mugs. So I mean, there's some like I was really sad. One of my Winchester pottery mugs, they make really cool, like sort of geometric but stylized pottery. It was just the handle that broke off of it, so I might be able to like glue it back together and then I don't know, put a layer of epoxy over it or something and see if I can get it to come back together. So, but there's also a Teresa Wiss pottery. If you haven't looked her up, I think it's WYSS. Teresa Wiss pottery has been doing a lot on like Facebook Reels, and her stuff is so pretty. It's so like I crave it. And Johnny O, yeah, I love that season. Me too, man. That was heaps and bunches of fun. Like I've played D&D a lot over the last like 20 years. Like my first campaign I joined was in 2002, I think. So over 20 years of playing the same gnome character, gnome bard, always. That's just who I am as a person. So, and but I never enjoyed it as much as when I played Paolo's game. That was like there were parts of that I had never thought would be like possible in a D&D game. So I really loved that. So. Y'all have any more questions? Or shall I tell you my favorite poem? All right, getting lots of votes for the poem. All right, here we go. An Ode to Fireflies by Ashley Shipp. Thank you, tiny tangible magic beings, for teaching me early I could catch lightning in a jar, but it died if I tried to keep it. You returned with the scent of humid honeysuckles. As the summer seemed infinitely shorter, you reminded me to keep believing in something. I no longer know if my heart is the empty jar or a will-o'-the-wisp made flesh, daring the sun to set while reminding someone of magic. I hope you can hear that pretty well. I haven't tested that with the guitar and this miking setup, so I hope you heard it. Got some happy tacos. Anybody got any questions? Like I said, this is gonna be a low key sort of chill kind of hangout. And let's see. So next Monday, I'm gonna be in transit. Ooh. So Serena wants to know if I have any new songs for the AZ Ren Fest. So definitely added some that I hadn't performed there before this year. Okay. So yes. So Dragonflies. So there's, of course, the songs that I added to my repertoire while I was in Europe, which was after I was in Arizona last. So now I can perform. So the song I learned in London, Feed the Birds. The song I learned in Paris, La Vie en Rose. The song that I learned in the Netherlands, which was the Nat 21 song, Further Down the Road. That, if you haven't seen my music video from the Netherlands, you should look it up. It was pretty epic. The one that I learned in Ireland when I was getting homesick and only had 2 weeks left to go, which was Pull Boys Pull by the New Minstrel Review. Let's see. Oh, I learned to sing Edelweiss in German while I was in Munich. So yeah, I sang I picked up a lot of songs that were appropriate for the places that I went this last summer when I went back landed in Dublin, Ireland with a harp and a bag of CDs, and then spent 5 weeks busking my way through 5 countries: Ireland, Germany, the Netherlands, or Holland, France, and England. And had a magnificent time, and I have loads of opinions about where I'm going to go back to. Johnny says, what can you do today that you were not capable of a year ago? Well, I'm not going to say I wasn't capable of it, but I'm coming up on an important anniversary in my love life. So I've been dating my sweetie since December of 21. So that anniversary was in the middle of December of 22. So just a few weeks ago. But this week I'm coming up on the anniversary of when we said the L word to each other. So, I guess, admit that I'm in love. Something that I wasn't quite ready for a year ago. So that's a nice place to be. But otherwise, I'm going to go semantics and say, there's nothing that I wasn't capable of a year ago. Well, perhaps buying a new car hauler to tote my car around with. Craziest thing happened. I thought I had a car hauler and I brought my car here with it. But then like a crazy wild accident happened. A drunk driver hit the car hauler and it was kind of okay. But when the cops looked up the VIN, turns out it had been stolen right before I purchased it. But it looks like I'm getting my money back. So everything's okay now, I guess. But things got weird. And I no longer have a car hauler to pull behind my motorhome. So if I need to, I can rent one from U-Haul. But I'd rather invest my money in something that I'm purchasing rather than wasting my money on something that I'm only renting. Pretty weird, right? Blondie wants to know, what is your favorite place to relax? I actually really love Korean saunas. There is one, actually there are some in a few big cities. Like there's a brand of them called King Spa that are scattered all around. One in Dallas, like I think there's one in Chicago. There's one in the Palisades, New Jersey. and Spa Castle. There's one of those in Dallas. There's a place in Atlanta called Jeju. But these Korean sauna places where you like walk in and pay, really reasonable amount of money, like $25 for a 24-hour access. And they hand you like a uniform, which consists of a t-shirt and a pair of gym shorts. And then you go into the locker room and you take off your shoes before you go into the locker room. So you know that you're in like an actual like important shoeless place. And then you put on your little uniform, and then you can go into all the saunas that all have like are made out of different materials. Like there's a jewel sauna and a gold sauna and a red baked clay sauna and a salt sauna and a jade sauna and a charcoal sauna. And there's little signs on all of them telling you what's going to happen while you're in there. So like you go into the salt sauna and it's supposed to increase your circulation, and you go into the charcoal sauna, it's supposed to remove the toxins from your blood and stuff like that. So it's just really cool. And we sweat a little bit and then go into the cold room, like a giant walk-in fridge basically, and cool off a bit, and then get some like ramen from the restaurant and juice bar. And it's just, you go there, you pamper yourself. They've got all kinds of services like massages and body scrubs and manicures and stuff. And it's a really cool, like all-inclusive sort of place. So, I mean, you have to pay extra for all the services, but still like going in and, sitting in the hot tubs and in the saunas and basically a lot of hot things, but it's one of my favorite things to do. So I'm thinking I might use some of my time this week to treat myself to a day at a Korean spa. And William liked my cutest music video ever. I thought it was inspiring, not cute. Yeah, Johnny O says you're going to drive out to the castles next time you're in Holland. I just love that. And when you're in Europe, like everything's just around the corner from a castle. And I stayed in a castle that had been converted into a hostel, and it was rad. Yeah, Cupid slayed Lady Prue. Love rocks. Hell yeah. Yeah, Blondie, look up the saunas. Like in Colombia, you're not terribly far from Atlanta. I mean, not terribly close either, but take a few days to go to Atlanta and look up Jeju, and then go to the Shakespeare Tavern. It's my favorite. Oh yeah, okay. The workout scene was cute, and the video is inspirational. Nice. So yeah, check out my YouTube channel. I guess I could try to like toss some links up into the comments or something. I think it's youtube.com/c/Lady Prudence, or it might be a harp to remember. I'm not sure. Let's see what happens if that takes me to my channel. Stand by. Oh, look at that. Yeah, if it is there. Okay, so that's my YouTube channel link. And I posted a whole bunch of stuff. And there's my cover of Further Down the Road. And now I'm opening it so that I can snag the link so that I can put that particular link into the comments. This is a good show, right? This is great TV. So watch that video. It's really good. There's so much to see beyond the open road. It's outward bound we go. Who knows what you'll find you've never found before? Adventures waiting further down the road. It's waiting for you further down the road. Nice. Anyway, so yeah, Further Down the Road. I was really happy with how that turned out. And I had lots of adventures, and I videoed a lot of it so that I could share it with you. So, yep, I'm not sure when I'll get back to Europe. Right now, I have a gap from June through September. I'm going to come back and work at this showroom, this temp job again in July. So I'll need to plan around that too. And I haven't missed Dragon Con since 1998, so I always try to do that. So sometime between the middle of July and the end of September. Yay. I need to see about maybe going back to Europe, or maybe going and busking in Canada, like take my whole RV up with me to romp around in Canada. I've never been to Canada, you guys. So anyway, we'll see what kind of hijinks I can get into. If you have any ideas for places I should go, like Renaissance festivals in June and the first week of July, or we'll see if New York wants me back. They didn't option me in last year when they said for budget reasons, so maybe they'll want me back. Who knows? I'll find something interesting to do. Zalani spent a couple of months touring Canada and had a good time. Nice. Yeah, so let's see. I keep hearing about Maryland. Maryland does sound like it's lovely. So I forgot to highlight the posts. I haven't even been drinking tonight, guys. I'm just that tired. I haven't picked up my instrument all week. But so I've got on my upcoming schedule, I'll be doing the Kerrville Renaissance Festival, January 28th and 29th. So they're doing 3 weekends this year, but I'm only available for one weekend. I mean, I couldn't possibly make it up for opening weekend, and plus I got to go have an anniversary. And so I'll be at the Kerrville Renaissance Festival for the last weekend of January. And then I'll bop over to Arizona to get ready for that fair, which opens the first weekend in February. Okay, so if it's 28th, 29th, 30th, 31st, 1st, 2nd, 3rd. So February 4th, I guess, is opening day of the Arizona Renaissance Festival. So I'm really looking forward to it. I've got my nice new house that I'm excited to drive there. And I'm hauling my little car if I find something to haul it with. That's all like fuel efficient and stuff. So I should be saving a lot of money this year, not driving my big old diesel truck everywhere at 15 miles a gallon of diesel. Like now I'm going to be driving my 35 mile per gallon little car, unleaded. And then I'll be at Arizona for 9 weeks until, April 2nd, something like that. And then I'll have a week off, and then I'll be at Scarborough for the second weekend, and then pop down to Sherwood for their final weekend, and then come back up to Scarborough for their final 4 weekends. So it'll be delightful. I'm excited. And then, like I said, yeah, I'm available from June, July, August, and September, and then I show up at Carolina and perform at the Carolina Renaissance Festival, and then hang around in Charlotte to do Christmas stuff. So, and hopefully we'll get my friend's driveway graded, so I don't have to go through all those potholes again. Hey, Prue in Texas is always fun. I especially like it when I'm not sweating. Oh, man. Yeah. Okay, guys. But like I said, it's been a long week, so I'm going to start thinking about closing up shop here. Anybody got like a song request or something? So, oh, well, Quad Kevin, I'll probably be freezing in Texas for my birthday weekend. So the Kerrville Renaissance Festival is going to be on my birthday, January 28th. You guys want to guess how old I am? It's always a fun game. Anything's game. If you guys want to guess how old I am, you should. William says 26. You know better. Listen, I've already I'm pretty sure I've given you some age markers in this conversation alone, and you've been following me for some time. And does anyone have an idea for a song that I can sing to you? I know that I kept saying that, my voice is shot, but William, I'm just going off what I see. Yeah, I guess it is kind of a grainy picture today, isn't it? And else you've gotten to see my new hair colors. I think, man, I don't think I've done anything for you since I dyed my hair. But it's all different colors in the rainbow. Yeah, the light in here is not all that good, but you can see like some massive rainbow. Johnny O Twitch, it's a round number. Actually, you are correct. I don't know if you know me well enough to know how old I actually am. Let's see. Something hopeful, something about how much I miss you, and something about how lovely it'll be to be back together. Let's see. There's a piercing wintry breeze blowing through the budding trees, and I button up my coat to keep me warm. But the days are on the mend, and I'm on the road again, with my fiddle snuggled close beneath my arm. I've a fine felt hat and a strong pair of brogues, I've the rosin in me pocket for me bow. And my fiddle strings are new, and I've learned a tune or two, so I'm well prepared to ramble and must go. I'm as happy as a king as I catch a breath of spring, and the grass is turning green as winter ends, and the geese are on the wing, and the thrushes start to sing, and I'm headed down the road to see my friends. I've a fine felt hat and a strong pair of brogues, I've the rosin in me pocket for me bow. And my fiddle strings are new, and I've learned a tune or two, so I'm well prepared to ramble and must go. I've got friends in every town as I ramble up and down, making music at the market and the fair, with the donkeys and the reels and the farmers making deals, and the yellow-headed tinkers selling wares. I've a fine felt hat and a strong pair of brogues, I've the rosin in me pocket for me bow. And my fiddle strings are new, and I've learned a tune or two, so I'm well prepared to ramble and must go. So here's a help to one and all, to the great and to the small, to the rich and poor alike, and foe and friend. And when we return again, may your foes have turned to friends, and may peace and joy be with you until then. I've a fine felt hat and a strong pair of brogues, I've the rosin in me pocket for me bow. And my fiddle strings are new, and I've learned a tune or two, so I'm well prepared to ramble and must go. I'm well prepared to ramble and must go. So there. The song Rambles of Spring. It's always pretty perfect for new beginnings. Yeah. Yep. And also, not a single one of you is anywhere close to my actual age. So, which, I mean, thanks for the compliment. I am a semi-professional fairy as well, so it makes sense. I am ageless. I contain multitudes. But my friends, I think this feels like a good stopping point. We can go over my age again. What's my age again? But my dragonfly friend, I'm very much looking forward to seeing you in Arizona. Any of the rest of you who I'll see in Arizona, I'm not sure if I know any of the rest of you from Arizona. I see Carolinians and I see Texans and William says, old enough to know better, still too young to care. That sounds about right. All right, my friends. So I am looking forward to seeing all of you at fairs as I traverse around the country again. You know how much I love it. And Johnny O, my stalwart friend. Thank you. Thanks for being in my corner, and thanks for putting up with my weak mortal body and for letting me chat at you for a while today. So I hope that you had some fun. I had fun getting to chat with you and getting to answer some of your questions. And, you know, if you ever have any questions for me, or if you want to know anything, you know, I'm living this life the best way I know. So I'm looking forward to seeing you all as I return to the road. But we who travel in the service of the Queen, we learned long ago never to say goodbye. Goodbye is too final. Instead, we say, merry meet, merry part, and merry meet again.